And now it is my honor to introduce your student speaker. Montserrat Pineda is passionate about uplifting communities like the one she grew up in. A dedicated organizer from Long Beach, California, she chose to study political science at the University of Redlands while becoming increasingly involved in student organizations in her local community. While at Redlands, Montserrat's background as a first-generation college student from an immigrant family informed her commitment to advocating for and uplifting students with similar backgrounds. She championed other first-generation students through Students Together Empowering Peers, joined the Social Justice and Diversity Focused Siblinghood, WRW, increased voter awareness by co-founding Bulldogs Vote, and worked in the Study Away office. She currently serves as the Policy and Budget Co-Chair for the Association of Independent California Colleges and Universities Advocate Program, a group that develops participants to develop their leadership, communication, and advocacy skills while deepening their knowledge of how policymaking affects education. Her commitment to justice, equity, leadership, and public service resulted in Montserrat's receipt of the Jacob Green Memorial Prize, the Velma Hooper McCall Award, and the Warren Christopher Public Service Scholarship. Montserrat is proud to be the first in her family to receive a college diploma and views her experiences and accomplishments as a way to honor her family and community. In the future, she plans to attend graduate school with the goal of working in the policy field, ultimately continuing her work in her community and building upon her Redlands education. Please join me in welcoming Montserrat to the lectern.
Can I just say, y'all look absolutely beautiful today. This is amazing. Good afternoon. Love you, Dad. Okay. Thank you, President Newkirk, Board of Trustees, faculty, administration, families and friends joining us today. Thank you to those of you who work in the commons, in the classrooms, in the offices, those that keep our campus beautiful, and those that couldn't be here today. Thank you to my fellow class of 2022. Welcome to graduation day. We've accomplished this together, but not just for ourselves. My reason for being here today is beyond receiving a diploma. I come from a place where going to college is not a path, but a dream, where people like me aren't supposed to make it out, where a future seemed to already be decided for us. The importance of education was a constant reminder in my household. One of my first memories is hearing my parents say every night before I went to bed, "Tú vas a lograr mucho en la vida. Tienes que alcanzar las estrellas y la luna." Until one night I had just had it and told them to stop sending me to the moon because I wanted to stay home. Education in my family and in my community is a path to a better future. It becomes a necessity. My parents would tell me every night to reach for the stars and go to the moon because that's what education was to them. Their dream, their way out. Today, that dream is no longer just a dream, but a reality. My name is Montserrat Pineda, and today I joined the 20% of first-generation students that make it to their college graduation. Today, I joined the 10% of bachelor degree holders from the Ramona Park neighborhood in Long Beach. To all the first-generation students here today, you made it. You've achieved the dream. You're the beginning of a legacy. You're proof that statistics against you don't have to define you. Before I continue, I would like to say a few words to my parents and Spanish-speaking families here today. Mamá y papá, no estuviera aquí si no fuera por sus sacrificios y por su apoyo. Este título no solo es mío, sino de ustedes. Gracias por ser mis más grandes inspiraciones. A todos los familiares presentes, felicidades. A ver, ¿a dónde están? Hagan bulla. Hoy es un día especial y nuestros logros son frutos de su apoyo y sacrificios. Sigan apoyando a sus estudiantes, que esto solo es el comienzo. Hay que seguir sembrando semillas y creando cambios. My parents, Dahlia and Ernesto, are the reason why I stand here before you. They spent many long nights at the kitchen table deciphering instructions from teachers and quizzing me on my spelling words on the way to school. They had to sit through awkward parent-teacher conferences while I translated, my own voice filling the space between worlds. This journey hasn't just been mine, but my parents, who despite not holding a degree or having an education in the US, are far wiser and smarter than any other teacher I've had, because they taught me one of the most important lessons. There is no barrier. Not language, not country, not neighborhood, nor obstacle, not fear, not difference, not the unknown that I can't overcome. The only direction is forward. Gracias, mamá y papá, por ser mi orgullo más grande. Gracias por siempre creer en mí. Creo que puedo decir que me puse las pilas. I stand before you now because of my parents, my teachers, my mentors, and many of my friends, many of whom are here today. However, there's a piece of me missing, the people I owe everything to, my neighbors from Ramona Park, my Long Beach community. If you know me, you know that I'm my city's #1 fan, and I never stop talking about Long Beach. You cannot tell me that there are better people in the world than the ones in my city, and there's something special about having reached this major accomplishment in my life and still knowing that there's a place waiting for me, my home, my community, my Ramona Park. North Long Beach and Ramona Park made me fall in love with public service. I watched my community struggle, and I struggled with them. Because of that struggle, I fell in love with it. I wanted my degree, my education, and my experiences to not just be my own. I wanted them to belong to my community too. I want my younger neighbors to know what it's like to sit in a professor's office, in a congressman or mayor's office, to travel across the world, to learn in classrooms and make institutions their own. I want the kids who spend the summers cleaning houses with their moms, the kids that leave their neighborhoods to go to better schools, the kids who take care of their siblings, the kids who are translators, the kids like me. I want my brother to know what it's like to stand up here. I want them to know that they will find the places where they belong, to know that the struggle doesn't truly end, but with each struggle there's more and more hope. Remember, it's beauty in the struggle. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. Love, yours. Education has given me purpose and hope. It was around this time 4 years ago when I opened my acceptance email at my friend Lily's house. I'm partly here because of the small classroom sizes and liberal arts education, but I'm mostly here because I remember my parents' faces when they first stepped foot on campus. Their eyes glimmered with awe, and I had never seen my parents so excited and in love. If they could, I know they would have enrolled themselves. In fact, I remember my dad saying on the drive back home that out of all the schools he had visited, Redlands was a choice that he would have made. When you're the oldest child, you inherit a lot of responsibility. Move-in day was no exception. We arrived on campus early, at 5 a.m. I'll admit, this was my fault as I convinced them we lived further away from campus than we actually did so we wouldn't be late. See, my parents run on Salvadorian time. We ended up at McDonald's arguing. Soon, though, the arguing shifted into quiet as it dawned on us that by the end of this day, we would no longer be together for the first time in our lives. We moved in all my things, including every book that I possibly owned, which I brought as if I wouldn't be drowning in readings from every class. Once everything was moved, we took our last picture and said our goodbyes, very composed, very calm. Hours went by and I looked outside my window, and there they still were. My parents couldn't leave. I walked outside and told them that it was time. We said our real goodbyes, heavier and final. By the weekend, I was already home. At Redlands, I was far enough to feel like I was on my own, but privileged enough to keep my family close. My time at Redlands has been full of late nights at the library, trips to the Once Bulldog Cafe, cramming for exams, catching the basketball games, too many visits to Target and The Point, what feels like endless changes to my major, letting go of my security lanyard, laughs at the Commons, conversations at Hunsaker, saying 3 things about myself, everyone's favorite icebreaker. Sunny days on the quad, walking up 3 flights of stairs in Hall of Letters, catching my breath with each step, and so much more. There's so much to say about my time here at Redlands. What I can say is that the reason I stayed was because of the people I met, the people who have supported me throughout my 4 years. People like Lydia from the cafe, who always spelled my name right. Annie and Alicia, who became my support system and family. My mentor, Steve, who met with me even when he was busy. My own mentees, Angela, Steph, and Madi. My education would have not been possible without Peter and Monique and Dimitri. Emily, who is the very reason I have been able to afford my education at all. My first real bosses, Andrea and Melissa. My professors who I find so inspiring, like Keith, Jen, Nick, and Art. The names of the people at the University of Redlands who have impacted me could fill an entire commencement program. What a gift it's been to have been cared for by all of you. Thank you. There's a lot of responsibility that comes with this degree. A lot of us have worked hard, endured sleepless nights, questioned our paths, and thought of quitting, but we made it here for a reason. While mine might be different from yours, that shouldn't stop you from feeling proud. You did this. Class of 2022, remember that you are resilient. You are powerful. You are breaking down barriers, beginning legacies, accomplishing your goals, reaching the stars and the moon, and have all the capability to do what you desire. Remember that in this world, we must uplift those around us, fight for what we believe in, do what scares us, and remember that this is only the beginning. The truth is, institutions like these weren't created for us or meant for people like me, but we made them into our own. And our resilience isn't only proof of overcoming obstacles, but our education is a form of resistance, and it is now in your power to use it. This is for my parents, my little brother Abraham, for Ramona Park, for those before me and those that come after me. The girl from North Long Beach did it. Congratulations, class of 2022.
Montserrat, thank you so much. Please accept this as a small token of our appreciation. Well done.